Thank you all for joining in. My name is Ben Amolo. I'm a physical planner with the National Department of Physical Planning. Today, we just want to take you guys through implementing the approval of PDP by the Cabinet Secretary through Ardhisasa platform. I know many of you will be asking, is that not a mandate for the county? From the onset, I just want to tell you guys that planning, as much as it is devolved, but is also a concurrent function done by both national and county governments. The Cabinet Secretary is the custodian of the approved plans, which are being prepared for alienation of land for public use. So if you are doing a PDP for a school or a church or any PDP that needs to be approved, then you will need to bring it to the Cabinet Secretary for approval. And within Ardhisasa, we have a module with which we process, we vet the PDPs that we bring and approve. We have a number of counties which have done that with us. We have approved quite a number of PDPs, all the way from Wajir. We have other counties like Kiambu, Nyandarua, Siaya, Vihiga, Kakamega. So at the moment, we have 29 counties which have at least initiated a PDP approval within the system. But because we have been having these different issues within the system, so today we saw it wise that we call you guys, we take you through so that you understand what needs to be done, what kind of data that the system will upload, and how we are going to go about it step by step. When you want to do a PDP for the county and want it to be approved by the Cabinet Secretary, then you will need to upgrade your account. And the system will only upgrade your account if you are a county director and you are also a registered planner with the Physical Planners and Registration Board. There were some issues when we had started, and we realized that many counties didn't have those county directors. And the director gave a circular which allowed counties to do letters through the CECM to the national director, requesting maybe a county deputy director be authorized to transact on behalf of a county. Some counties didn't have even a county director or a deputy director. They only had a county planner. So a county that has a county planner who is registered, we had a grace period of 1 year from 2021 to 2022, upon which the counties were supposed to recruit a director or a deputy director. But up to now, most of these counties still have those county planners, and very soon we'll do another circular whereby you will not be able to transact if you are not a county director and you are not registered. So with that said, in terms of requirements, first, you must be a county director. Then secondly, you must be registered with the Physical Planners Board. And thirdly, you might be a county director, you might be registered, but you have not been gazetted for that year. For those of us who are here in the registered planners WhatsApp group, I think you saw the list was posted yesterday. So if you are not in that list and you are county director, then we will not allow you to transact on behalf of that county for that particular year. So take note that first you have to be a county director, you have to be registered, and you have to be gazetted for that particular year. Those are the requirements for the account upgrade. Once your account has been upgraded, when you go to the Ardhisasa, we'll take you through the system and see how you can switch your account from your individual account to that of a county registered planner. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce my colleague who will be taking us through the system. Mr. Fuller, are you available?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Before we start the demo, I think I've given a background and a highlight of what is expected of us. And if somebody has a question, you can just raise your hand, then we give you a chance and you ask. At the moment, let me give it to Sam so that he can take us through how you register as an individual, how you upgrade your account, and once you have upgraded, now how you do the application for a PDP approval. So for this session, we are going to do only a demonstration of how to make an application for a PDP from county. Thank you, Sam. I think you can take it over.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're good. My name is Samuel Fuller, a system trainer of the Ardhisasa system. We'll just take you, for the benefit of those maybe who are not in the system, I'll just rush through an overview so that you're able to understand and get how maybe you can do your registration and an upgrade. And then we proceed to the approval of PDP application. So I've shared the screen. I hope everyone can view. Basically, this is the training platform of the replica of the live Ardhisasa system that is available. So if you want to get the live, you'll just key in ardhisasa.lands.go.ke and you'll be able to have such a landing page displayed. So for those who have not registered, basically what happens when you want to register, there is a register button on my far right. Once you click there, we have two forms of registration, an individual or a company. So if you're an individual, you'll click on the individual registration. Then you'll be able to view such a window. We have the identification type. You have the national ID. So you'll be able to key your national ID. And then you'll be able to fill this form with the details that are required. As you can see, those with the asterisks in red are mandatory details that have to be filled. So you'll ensure that you fill all the fields required. And next, you'll be required to key in your phone number. Not going to go into, you'll be able to key in your phone number, get an OTP, verify the same case happens with the email, and you'll be able to set your password. And now you'll be able to own an account. Once you do this, you'll be given a unique Ardhisasa ID, which you'll be able to use to log in your account. So I'll just log into my account and then we can proceed and see and appreciate the features that we have. Before that, just a mention, we also have the company registration, which also has the same procedure. Once you get there, you fill in the details concerning the company, you verify through phone, email, and then you input your password. And once you are done, you'll be able to be given a unique Ardhisasa ID, which you'll be able to use to log in. So you can either log in with your Ardhisasa ID or with your ID. So once we log in, this is the interface that we'll be able to have. This is the dashboard. So on our left panel, we have the different sets. So under account, as Ben has mentioned earlier, we have to upgrade our account. So unique Ardhisasa ID, once you've already opened, when you click on account, you're able to see the Ardhisasa ID here. So it will be populated here. So once you want to upgrade your account, for example, to a registered county physical planner, you'll just maneuver to the upgrade account and you'll be able to add the profession. Then you'll select the profession that you want to upgrade to. If, for example, it's a registered county physical planner, then you put your registration number, upload the appointment letter, registration certificate, and supporting documents. Once you do that, your application will move to the ICT department, which will be able to verify if you are indeed practicing for the current year. Also to mention, we have the account activity that basically tells you the happenings that are occurring in your account. If there's any updates occurring in your account, you'll be able to view the same. So once you've already upgraded your account, on this profile photo, you'll be able to see the different types of upgrades that you've done. So if you've upgraded to a registered physical plan, you'll be able to see here the registered county physical plan and any other upgrade that you've already done on your account. So once you want to act on the system as a registered county physical planner, you will come to the button and select on the registered county physical planner. And as you can see, it populates the registered county physical planner now who is acting on the system currently. Then just a quick mention, we have the notifications, which basically says each and every, which gives you the message of each and every application or notification that goes on through. We have the tickets. Basically, some tickets might be raised due to some appointments across the different departments. Then we also have verified documents. In case you have a document that is produced by Ardhisasa, you can be able to verify by keying in the serial number in this avenue here. Then you'll be able to know if it's a legit document or it's just a document from elsewhere. When you have appointments, this basically is raised from the tickets, whereby if you're required to get to our offices in terms of inquiries, or in terms of verifying some different processes that you are required to do, you'll be able to get rid of that. You have my properties. Here it's basically after maybe you own a parcel, you will be able to view the properties that you own under the different segments of the parcel ownership or the holding types. Then services, basically we have all the departments represented: registration, administration, planning, survey and mapping, land valuation, and the National Lands Commission. So right now what we shall be able to dive into is the approval of PDP. As my colleague has mentioned earlier, it's launched by a registered county physical planner. So I'll just move to my account, click on the registered county physical planner, move to the physical planning department, click on view more, then I'll be able to see the different services offered in the physical planning department. So right now I'll just move to the approval of PDP. Then I'll be able to get the different tabs: pending, which means it's awaiting execution by the different parties. Ongoing has already been given to officers to work on. Approved, it means it has already been approved. And then we have the rejected, which means it has been either it has been rejected due to one or two reasons that will be mentioned. So right now I'll launch the new application. So in each and every process that we have on the system, we will be able to have the frequently asked questions that will be able to give you a guide of how to approach each and every application once you get to the system. So as you can see here, for the approval of PDP, we have the different frequently asked questions. It basically gives you the definition, who launches this application, what are the requirements required in terms of making this application. And also we have the actors involved in this application. If there are any payments required, the system will automatically notify you. And also we have the template documents. This is for the shapefiles that we have to create on this application. We have a shapefile guide that is able to guide you on how to, on the areas and the fields that are required for the shapefile to be verified in terms of the application. So I'll move to the application details. So here we have the application details. One is the reference, the development plan reference number. As you can see, it doesn't have an asterisk. So if you have, you can key in, but if you don't have, you can leave it as that. Then we have the plan title. For example, I'll just key in a sample. And
maybe if I can clarify there on the reference number.
Okay.
Yes, I think most of the county planners who have submitted have always have a problem with this, because you are doing a PDP, and the PDP is a part development plan, which is part of our DP. So if our DP has a reference number and it is digitized and it's within our system, for the case of Nairobi, this one will work because we'll need to put a reference number for the DP. But because we have not digitized the other counties, so that's why it is not mandatory. That's why it doesn't have that red asterisk. At the moment now, we don't input anything there because the system will be trying to retrieve that number from the database and it will not be there. So those who have been having issues with that, just leave it blank at the moment. Till when we roll out to your counties and we digitize all your records and your plans, that's when you'll be needing this reference number. Thank you. Proceed, Sam.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that clarification. So what will be required here, as you can see, we have the plan title and the units. So I'll just input a title, then I'll be able to select the unit. It's either in hectares or acres, and then I'll input the acreage. After that, if I have any other additional detail that I need to add concerning the specific application, I can be able to type any other further details that I have concerning the same. Then I'll click on next. Here now I'll be able to populate the location details of this PDP that I'm launching. So I'll be able to select the county, sub-county, and the locality. For example, I can select Goma, then I select Kimilili, then the locality. So basically that is about the location details. Then once I'm done filling in the forms, I'll be able to move to next. So here we are required to append specific documents concerning this application. As you can see, we have the authorization letter, this basically from the National Lands Commission. Then we have the adverts from the Swahili and English, the advert of dailies from English and Kiswahili. Then we have the proof of circulation from the different authorities, that as we can see from the county commissioners, from the county land officers, and from the county surveyors. Then we have a gazette notice of the same regarding relating to the same PDP. Then we are supposed to upload a PDP PDF file and also now upload a shapefile. So I'll just upload those documents. And if you have any other additional documents, you can also come here to the additional documents, type in the name, choose the file. So currently I'll just append or upload the big documents required. The shapefile for the sample shapefile is very critical because it contains the critical nature of how the shapefile should be done. So at the end of the day, we require you to always download the shapefile and you'll be able to get a clear guide. Once I fill the form, I'll be able to move to next, where I'm able to verify that the application details I've input for this application are correct. If I'm not satisfied, I can be able to navigate back different sections and be able to change to my preferred details for the verification of the same. So once I'm done with the filling of the forms, then I'm able to submit. So as you can see, application has been successfully created. So this application, the public phase ends at this point where now the application will move to the staff side where it will be able to work with the Ministry of Official Offices to ensure that you have an end product of an approved PDP plan as expected in this process. So maybe I can just display maybe how a final plan looks like.
Maybe some. I don't know if the machine you are using, you can be able to open a QGIS and show those shapefile, the attributes. There's those mandatory attributes which you need to have within those shapefiles. There's the land use and the feature name. So I don't know, are you in a machine with a QGIS so that you can open and show them the attribute table?
Yes, I'm doing that in a few.
Okay, so planners, I know you have been having problems with the shapefile, and the reason why we insisted on you guys uploading those shapefiles is because, first of all, it's also for our use in updating our database and having those individual parcel information. And secondly, it's about having GIS-based plans, because I know probably you have cartographers who have been doing it in AutoCAD, and now you're having problem in converting to shapefile. But what we require is a shapefile which is zipped. So that zipped shapefile also need to have those minimum attributes. You can have as many as attributes that you can, but the system will only read 2. If they are available and they are duly filled, then the system will agree. And I think for those who have successfully uploaded shapefiles into the system, I've always assisted you guys on how to go about it. And now I just want some maybe to just show those attributes so that we appreciate what we mean by the attributes. When we tell you that you need to put an attribute as land use, if something is public purpose, then you attribute a land use hapo unajaza public purpose. Kama residential, it is residential. Then the feature name, is it a school? Is it a church? What is it? So those are the 2 minimum attributes which needs to be in that shapefile for you to upload. And also shapefile, we insist on shapefile because of interoperability. Like now I'm just asking Sam maybe to open in QGIS. Maybe somebody else is using a different program or platform. So shapefile is a bit easy. It is interoperable as compared to AutoCAD. CAD is only meant for the CAD platforms like AutoCAD, but shapefile can be used either way with the different platforms, and also for display in the web map. So in the shapefiles, we have 3 features. We have the line feature, the point feature, and the polygon feature. So in the polygon feature, because that parcel will be in polygon, then the minimum attributes, kindly open the attribute table.
Just in a bit.
Okay. Yes. So when you want to zip this folder, you don't zip the folder. You come here where the shapefiles are. You select all of them. Kindly select all. Right click. Yes. Then you either compress or you archive, whichever way suits you. But So this resulting zip file, this is what you need to upload. Usiende uzip the folder itself. You just zip the shape files, all those extensions. Select all, then you zip them. Your system is read folder ndani yake. So this is the way you need to zip your shape files for the upload. So I think that's one of the clarifications I wanted to make. There's somebody asking what happens to counties without registered planners or where directors have no appointment letter. If a county doesn't have a planner, what we normally do is that the CEC requests the National Director of Physical Planning to prepare and approve these PDPs on behalf of those counties. We have done so many for different counties, including Marsabit. We did some for Lamu before they recruited the director. We did some for Turkana. So the CCM writes to the director requesting for national government to do on behalf of the county. So we need that letter from CCM telling us to upgrade account for this planner so that he or she can transact on behalf of the county. But if you have a letter of appointment as a director, there's no need for the letter from the CCM. Any other question before we proceed? As far as the application is concerned, when the county director or that planner who is acting on behalf of the county, once they submit the application comes to the National Director of Physical Planning, where the task will be assigned to a particular deputy director who will assign a team to vet that plan. So this team will be looking different aspects for that particular plan. And that's why you are attaching those so many documents. This team will look for if the plan was subjected to public participation. So there's that issue of public participation. So we'll be looking at those gazette notices and the daily newspapers, both in English and Swahili, and if they really reflect what we have applied for. We have had a situation where a planner initiates a PDP in the system, but all the documents that I may upload are from a different PDPs. So we look at this very closely and we always return when we find such anomalies. Apart from public participation, we are looking at the legal and policy frameworks. If the plan adheres to the legal and policy frameworks which are relevant to that, there's the PLUPA and there's those other relevant policies. The other aspect that we look at is the drafting standards. So those drafting standards, you need to talk with your planning assistants so that you ensure those drafting standards are met. You need to tell us where these grid lines go up so that we can locate that particular parcel. Contours needs to be there. Other features including rivers and roads. The abutting roads needs to be stated. How wide are they? Is it a 15-meter road, 9-meter road? All those drafting standards needs to be adhered to. The other aspect is on the suitability. Because it's a PDP, maybe the DP say that area is a residential. Now on a letter PDP are industrial. So we also look at all those issues. So when you are doing these PDPs, take that into cognizance because we look at them. All these requirements need to be adhered to so that when we confirm that everything has been adhered to in terms of drafting standards, public participation, we develop a layout where the county planner his signature will be appended there. The national director's signature will be appended there to certify the plan, and the CS signature will be appended for approval. After all this is done, we send it back to you. You will receive a PDF, a notification telling you that this plan has been completed. Kindly verify for approval. So you will check what you submitted versus what is going to be approved. In terms of drafting standards, in terms of acreage, kama tumepunguza, maybe you'll submit ilikuwa ni 2 point something acres, tumepunguza imekuwa ni 2.1. You have to confirm all those. Once you verify and say that everything is okay, ukisubmit hivi, itakuprompt to weke signature. Kama signature yako iko kwa system, you can use the existing signature. Kama haiko, then itakupatia options on how you can do a signature digitally and save it in the system. Once it is saved, the signature is saved and you have submitted, it comes back to our national director, who will also certify it and push it to the CS for approval. Once the CS has approved, you'll get a notification that the plan has been approved and ready for download. You'll just log in and download the approved version, and that's it. In terms of timelines, once you submit this application, there's a team which is created by the team lead to vet this plan. It might take some time maybe to go through those documentation and confirm that all the documents are related to that particular application. Once this plan comes to you, it might take maybe a week or two, depending on the application. Some applications also take longer to vet because we have to go to our SPRO and confirm some of these things. Maybe we go there and find out that we are proposing a residential, yet the land was committed for open space. And so we have to return them. And I know some of you here have received applications which have been returned. We normally return when all these documents either are not correct, or the plan has not met the drafting standards, or the plan was not submitted to public participation, and so on and so forth. Once it is returned, it is upon you now to redo, because we always give you a comment. We might tell you that we need a letter from National Land Commission authorizing you to prepare this plan. Then go and look for that letter, then come and upload. And then the process will start again. So in most cases, when the application takes long, mostly it's always upon you county planners. Maybe we have requested you to do something. Because I know at the moment we have PDP from Kajiado, which has taken over 5 months because the county planner is still looking for those documents. So once you submit, I think there are some counties here who have enjoyed approvals even as fast as maybe a week or two, while some take longer, maybe a month or two. So it's upon you, once you submit the application, if all the documentation are correct, then the approval will happen sooner. So I think with that, I can invite you guys to ask further questions. Sam, do you have anything else to add?
Just to add, for such application, for more guidance concerning the system, they can be able to visit our YouTube channel, Ardhisasa, where they can be able to get more information concerning the different applications, such as approval of PDP. Can be able to get the guidance, even registration, and all the other applications involved.
Thank you, Sam. Questions? Maybe you can raise your hand, or you can just ask question. Yes, Tune.
I have a question and a concern. Yeah, following your presentation, yeah, which is very good, and I think this is a good step. Yeah, there are issues you raised about legal and policy issues. Yeah. Then you have also indicated where we don't have a director of fiscal planning within the county, then we request the national director to do that on behalf of the county. There is another system of application, which is true, that the counties can approve, or they are supposed to approve their own PDPs. If that is true, then as far as I'm concerned, then this system, the design of this system is incomplete, because you have not taken on board the PDPs which are supposed to be approved by county governments. That's where the director of fiscal planning approves, and the CEC member approves, and if possible, cabinet and assembly. And therefore, how do these PDPs approved by the counties, how do they get linked now to this Ardhisasa platform for depository with the national director of fiscal planning? My second concern is legally, I think the organization, government body responsible for land allocation is National Land Commission. And PDPs are mainly done for purposes of either regularization or alienation of land. And therefore, I'm not able to see how you are advising National Land Commission on this platform, because legally, National Land Commission should just allocate land which is both surveyed and planned. So how the interface between Ardhisasa and National Land Commission to facilitate land regularization and land allocation. Those are my two main concerns.
Thank you,
Hello.
Chuna. Yes, please.
Yes, this is Morris from CIM. I also have a concern.
Yes.
First, thank you for the presentation. I think this is a good sensitization forum for all of us to interact with the platform. But I'm asking, what is the role of the planning authority? Who is the CECM?
Yes.
And of course, the role of the cabinet secretary has been spelled out in this process from the platform. So what is the role of the other planning authority, who is the CECM, in this respect? From the presentation, there was that attachment on the authority letter. And I think some indicated that it's from the National Land Commission. But from also what Planner Chune also indicates, they're in the process of allocation, which means allocation of land that has been planned and surveyed. So to this extent, it means they have to use the product to do whatever they have to do. So in my view, the authority letter should be emanated from the planning authorities, respective planning authorities, in my view. I don't know how the system is designed, but maybe you can clarify that so that we know moving forward who initiates, because we know who initiates a planning exercise within a county. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for those concerns. Any other questions so that we can I can address all of them in one go, because I can see most of them are related. Do you have any other person with a different? I can see Sylvia is asking about people doing adverts with different salutations. Do you have any other person with a question?
I have a question. This is Alfred Eshtera. I know I don't belong to the county, but I joined it. Being a lecturer, I know most students will want to know the procedure.
Yes,
which PDPs are prepared. That's why I joined.
Yeah.
There's something missing here from this advertisement. I can't see Kenya Gazette. I only see Swahili and English. I don't know, it's somewhere.
The second button on the right.
On the right.
Yes. That's why you upload the Kenya Gazette.
Okay, I have seen it. What I thought that we can collapse some of these tabs so that you can just have one document indicating the advertisements, so where you can put them on maybe a single page so that we simplify the system. Another thing, I think we need to move the system so that also give waziris at the county level, because I know plans should be approved at the county level. So we need a place where the waziris at the county level, that the county executive committee members, they can have a chance of interacting with the system at the county level instead of having the whole system linked to the director national government. Because I know planning is a devolved function. So if you want them to be part of it, then we need to improve the system and maybe give them a chance. Like if I'm a CC in charge of planning in Kakamega, I should do the approval at my level instead of going back to Nairobi to make the process easy and also bring the service close to an NG.
Thank you. Thank you, Eshtera. If there is no other question, maybe I can try to address some of these. And I think they are all related. We are all talking about the same thing about the planning authority at the county level. And from the word go, I had mentioned that planning is a concurrent function done both at county and national government and national level. That said, there is this issue of why are PDPs being approved at the national level. Planner Chune talked about PDPs which are being prepared and approved at the county level by the CECM. We are not like saying that counties should not be preparing those plans. All we are saying that there was this guidance and direction by the High Court on who is the custodian of the register of approved plans. When we are talking about approved plans, this approved plan need to be approved and entered into a register. This register, who is the custodian? The custodian is the cabinet secretary in charge of plans and physical planning. And this cabinet secretary is found at the national level. That's why if you do a PDP at the county level and approve it, the CECM is the one who will append that signature. But if this PDP finds its way for approval at the national government, then we cannot have a signature for the CECM and also the signature for the CS. That's why in that PDP, in that layout, in that column where you see that the planner, the county planner said that, certify that this plan has been prepared in accordance with Physical and Land Use Planning Act number 13 of 2019, his signature will be appended there because he's the registered planner who is mandated by law to prepare a plan. Then the national director comes in to certify that this plan has really been prepared. The county planner cannot submit to the CS. It is the national director that will submit to the CS. That's where the signature of the national director comes in to certify that whatever the CS will approve has been certified as being the government advisor on matters of fiscal planning. That's where the national director comes in to append his or her signature. Then the CS approves, and once the CS approves, it is entered into that register I've talked about. It is this register that gives the national government that mandate to approve. Because I know of counties, I think Migori approved one of the PDP at the county assembly, and the CCM appended the signature. When they took to the National Land Commission, they were told the plan needs to be approved by the CS and entered into the register because it didn't have an approval number by the national government. And now they had to apply for approval by the national government. But the CCM had approved at the county level. So what the NLC wanted was the one approved by the CS. So I'll not be in a position to support like PDPs needs to be approved by the CS, or if they're approved by the CSM, how can they be adopted into the system? They can only be adopted into the system when they are applied through the county director of fiscal planning, certified by the national director, and approved by the CS. Maybe you can do it at the county level and finish, but for it to now go up to that level where the NLC now will be issuing that allotment letter, then it needs to be entered into the register. And the custodian of that register is the cabinet secretary.
This is Elizabeth, Planner Elizabeth.
Yes,
Mboro,
Elizabeth. Yes.
Now, for what you have just shared, I think the register that you're talking about should be more of a repository,
Yes.
not. I don't think it should be really about the approval. I think both planning authorities should be able to approve the plans at their level. I think your side needs to improve the system to allow that for those PDPs that the county assembly and the CECs approve, that I mean, you have county director preparing the PDP on behalf of the CEC, and the CEC approves. I think that authority is not really different from the authority of the cabinet secretary in terms of being planning authorities at both levels. So the system needs to be improved to allow what the CEC has approved through the county assembly to be uploaded. Maybe the only one thing that your system can do is to append, is to accept it and give it a reference number. At the according to the chronological order of the repository, and then now the PDP can go forward. Otherwise, just dismissing that blanket dismissal by NLC of what the CEC has approved, and CEC being a planning authority is not in order. I don't think it is really in the spirit of the constitution that we are implementing currently.
Can I make a comment?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Now, thank you very much for the response.
Yes.
But I want to pick up from where Plan Elizabeth has left.
Yes.
I think the purpose of this system is for us to improve it.
Yes.
I'm to speak as the chairman of county directors in counties, directors of fiscal planning in counties. We feel Ardhisasa has left out a big chunk of land that's supposed to be planned, and that's in the counties. You're actually focusing on planning authority and leaving out 47 planning authorities on your system. And therefore, we are requesting, or what we need to improve this together so that we improve this system to to serve all of us. As I clearly stated, this locks out the other planning authority, that is the county planning authority. It doesn't matter. It matters what other judgments could have been entered into. But remember, we are now talking about the spirit of devolution, and it cannot be muzzled out through maybe design of a system. So there has to be a concerted effort of how you are going to accommodate plans prepared and approved by a planning authority called county government or a CEC member, how it can be uploaded onto this system. And if it is to be deposited in the county secretary, cabinet secretary's register, let it be done so. Just provide an opening for that, because why we insist that the qualifications of the director of fiscal planning in the county should be equivalent to the qualification of the director at national level. And therefore, there is not proper for you to subject people who are with same qualification, like the other one is pretending over the other one, so that the director in Kilifi prepares a plan and submits to the director at national level. Two things: that is muzzling devolution, that's making the process too long, and in any case, the land is in the county. So you are going to, the result is that we are going to have a lot of informal developments. We are going to have a lot of developments because the county has accepted the development to proceed. But just the issue of uploading this system to the national government system becomes an issue. But again, I think you've not responded properly to the issue of how you are connecting this to National Land Commission in terms of using these PDPs for land allocation or regularization. You don't have to if we don't have a response now. And these are things we can now get from this seminar and work on in afterwards to see how we can maybe clarify some of these issues. Otherwise, it's a very educative forum. Thank you.
Thank you, Maurice. And I totally agree with you and Elizabeth. Actually, I've noted it down. We need to have another module where we can have now repository of plans, because we are one nation with 48 governments, where we can have a repository of plans prepared by counties. That will be a different module other than this one that we have presented now, because we also need that all those plans which are being approved at the county level can be deposited and registered with the register, so that we are on the same page. This module, in particular, the one that we have just demonstrated, was mapped how things have been happening, how PDPs have been approved without the system, because county planners always bring the PDPs for approval, and they are being approved by the CS. So this process was just mapped how they have been working. But because now there are these dynamics and also this issue of devolution, we don't want to kill devolution. We are not saying that the county director to submit to the national director as much as they have same level qualifications. We are not saying that. But because of the issue I raised about the guidance by the High Court on the register, that's why these plans come to us, and we approve them, enter them in the register, and submit. And I've seen Mayaka asking why counties are only given approval numbers and not reference. Actually, when you prepare these plans at the county level, you as a director of county planning, the reference number that will issue to that plan at that county level, that is the reference number that will give you after the approval. The only thing that will be different will be the approval number. So if it is CIA, then the reference number will be that of CIA. But if we prepare it on our own, let's say the way we assisted Marsabit to prepare plans for some PDPs in Moyale, then the reference number will originate from Nairobi, and it will start with NRB. But if it originates from the county planner, if it is Kwale and the county planner is the one who prepared and gave it a reference. Actually, when you are doing the publications, when you are doing that gazette notice, si mnafanya ikiwa na hiyo reference number. So that reference number ndo itakuwa hapo. We will not be issuing a different reference number because tunapeana hiyo imetoka kwa county. The only yenye tutakupatia itakuwa ni approval number yenye inakuwa entered into this register we are talking about. Oh, Sylvia asked about the salutations, why some people are addressing using CCM or others are using director. I think there's a prescribed form in the FLUPA regulations, and you can see if it is a county planner, it is the county director of fiscal planning or a national director of fiscal planning. Because for us, when we are doing it at national level, the salutation is always the national director of fiscal planning. So it should be the county director of fiscal planning, not the CCM. Look further into what the regulations from FLUPA, how it is a prescribed form, and I think you can check with that. Is there another question?
There's something I want to comment.
Yes,
on what you have just, what is on your screen.
Yes.
The plan was prepared by a team. I know this, the plan that you have shared was prepared by a team, but I think the senior person should be, maybe you write the name of the senior person, prepared by, that should have been maybe Manzia. Then the senior technical guy, those who digitized. Because now when you say prepared by the planning team, somebody has to take responsibility. And I don't know how the word planning team will take a responsibility. And I know that's what you used to do when you used to be in lands those days. The person who is senior in the team used to take that place called prepared by. I don't know, you guys have changed things.
Yeah, I think the responsibility.
Did you get my comment?
Yes, I get you. I think what
should be to the senior guy, like prepared by Manzia.
Yes. I agree with you. That was
but I have seen you have written prepared by planning team. So who is this planning team? So it should be somebody in the register, prepared by, because you say this plan should be prepared by a planner who is registered.
Thank you for that observation.
I don't know whether you check this name planning team will be in the
actually, this was also observed here in the department, and we resolved that we put the name of the planner, not the planning team. Thank
the
you
senior
for
guy in the
that.
planning team. Okay.
Yes. The one who signs there, like you see the signature of Manzia.
The one who have signed the certificate.
Yes, the one who signs the certificate is the name that should appear there. So thank you. Any more questions? Are we all satisfied that now we can? Yes, please.
Did you answer my concern, or it was tied to Chune's concerns?
The one on the Planning Authority, the authorization letter.
Yes, and that is tied to the Planning Authority who initiates the process and all that.
Yes, authorization letter. If it is public land, which we are alienating, then the authority in public land is National Land Commission. They are the ones who are supposed to give you go ahead and prepare PDP for that particular parcel. Several cases we have seen letters from the CCM, and in those cases when we have a letter from the CCM, when the planner circulates to NLC, then most of their comments are always adverse. So that's why we always not insist, but if we can have anything dealing with public land, then NLC being the authority in the public land, then they should be the ones who are giving that authority. And by practice, we have been having authority from National Land Commission.
Planner.
Yes.
I hear you, but in a planning exercise, for example, you're planning for an urban area, isn't it?
Yes.
If it has been set apart, it's largely public land, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, so there are only private entities who will claim an interest on that space. And if you are doing so, then to that extent, then we'll have, particularly for local physical and land use development plans, we'll have the planning authorities initiate the processes. If this singular plan called the part of a larger plan, we have the National Land Commission and the other planning authority had initiated a whole, I think we should segregate who is, and come out clearly, who is the planning authority and who should give the authorization letter. For example, these plans, even if they are prepared, whether it's a local physical land use development plan, they are still circulated to the National Land Commission for their comments. And I'm very particular because I did submit to the platform. We have all the comments even from the National Land Commission and everybody else. Then again, we are reverted back that the land is, for example, the land is defined in the
Yes.
earlier plan.
Yes.
There's an existing old plan that area was zoned as a deferred area. So when you prepare a plan over the deferred area where people have already encroached and they have letters of offer from the defunct local authorities, is actually maybe developed, then you revert us back to National Land Commission. Then what is the spirit of planning and surveying before allocation? You get where I'm getting a bit confused.
Yeah,
because
I get
land for
you.
allocation must be planned and surveyed. And therefore,
I get you.
who initiates the process of planning within a given, jurisdiction or entity. Let's say a municipality and a market center, so to speak.
I get you, Planner Morris, and I can see even Chune saying that NLC is not planning authority. That's fine. All I'm saying is that if you have a PDP for public purpose, or for, yes, actually for public, if it's a school or something, we don't need authority from NLC. But if we are alienating this land to give to an individual for residential or commercial, then that's where NLC comes in. I think that's how we have been dealing with it. If it is reverted to you, telling you to go and bring a letter of authority from NLC, it's because maybe what you are trying to alienate is to alienate this public land for private use. But if it is, if you are doing a PDP for a school, I've not seen anywhere where we have insisted we need authority from NLC. We only insist when that PDP is for the end goes to a private entity, like the residential plot. That's when we insist on the authority from NLC. But if you are doing for public purpose, and the plan maybe had designated that, why should we insist on bringing NLC on board? And also, how, yes?
Planner Omolo, but you
Yes.
see, the process that you have shared with us here, the first document that the county director is supposed to upload in your system is a letter of authorization from you called it
And
letter of authorization from NLC. Now
and
that
it is not mandatory. Have you seen the other documents are mandatory, but only that one is not mandatory.
Take me back there, Niona, it is not mandatory. I just noted that it was the first thing that you wanted as a
Yes, it is the first one, but it is not mandatory.
Okay.
Yes.
Planner Omolo, maybe some little comment.
Yes.
I think when it comes, we might be using the wrong word by calling that letter of authorization, because NLC, the functions of NLC are clearly stipulated. The function that is very close to planning is oversight and monitoring.
Yes. And
if they are supposed to oversight and monitor, and they are not a planning authority, why should they be the one giving a letter of authorization? This land they are managing on behalf. Of course, managing planning could be part of management, but then let it be planned and let them be informed that this land has been planned, or we seek for concurrence or their comments. But when we elevate NLC to a level where they are gatekeepers of which land should be planned, authorized to plan and all that, I think to my own understanding, if I look at their mandate and their functions, we are giving them functions that don't necessarily belong to them.
Actually, it's their function, it's their mandate to manage public land. If this land, we are doing a PDP to alienate land for a residential plot, see, they're the ones supposed to give that authority that, yes, this public land, we can give this individual and be registered maybe for a lease or something. It's them who should give that authority.
Let's carry over some of these things. We can sleep over them and see how we can, as we improve the system.
Yeah, I think we can leave it at that. This is how we map the system. And like I've said, the authority letter is not mandatory. We only need it when there's that special case, like the examples I've given. And I can see Mayak asking PDP done on land that is not titled. There are PDPs that we do in areas where we don't have even development plans. And Osman is asking, why does national government still want to hold on to plan approvals? Approvals, like I said, there was a guidance that the custodian of the register, just refer back to the register. The custodian is the cabinet secretary. So if you want that PDP approved and registered, because you can approve it at county level, but if it is not entered into that register, then it is not deemed approved. It has to be entered into that register, and the custodian is the cabinet secretary. And Elizabeth is talking about LNC being given oversight responsibility. Like I've said, by being the mandate to manage public land, they have to give that authority if that title is going to end to an individual. That's how we see it at national government. So I hope I might not have robustly responded to your questions. I'll go do better research and come back. And even the way we were communicated, we can also do circulars or periodic circulars for this information. And I think with this, I'm very grateful that this happened and you have these questions and you asked. And if I've not answered any, I'll go, I've taken all of them. I'll go and look at them, find out from my seniors and come back to you. Before the end of the week, I'll have sent you. So anybody who has not typed in the county they are representing, I've only seen 6 counties. I don't know. And I can see we are more than 50 here. So can we have those counties telling us where they are from?
I think, Ben, just to interrupt, sorry.
Yes, please.
Yes, I think I like your last statement.
Yes.
Because this is an engagement.
Yes.
So where there are shortfalls or where there are pluses, it's us to note and for you to note so that, you know, yes. We don't want to make it sort of a contest, but you just note the concerns. Yes. We think over them, then we have a response. Maybe they could help us in improving the system. Thank you.
Thank you. And we are not taking this as a criticism of the system because you are the users, you are the stakeholders, and we strive to do anything better to facilitate and ensure that all your user requirements are recorded and applied so that next time, if I come back to you, I've noted the module that required for the repository and all these issues that you are raising. Next time when we meet, I think we'll be having a different discussions. It's good that you brought all this up, and whatever I've not answered, like I've said, I'm going to do a follow-up and do a report, and I'll share with you. Just the very way this was communicated to you, I'll also share through the COG so that we can be on the same page. Is that okay with everyone?
That sounds okay.
Thank you very much. So I don't know if there's any other question or comment so that we can wrap this up. I think we are good. If you have any other question, you can reach directly to me. Let me put my number there so that anybody can reach out to me so that we can engage further. And thank you all. I hope now you understand how the system works and what we expect from you, and we also recorded what you expect from us. This was a good session, and we'll try to improve the system so that everybody is okay. Nobody is left out, including the planning authority at the county. Everything will be improved, and soon everybody will be involved. So thank you very much, everybody. And here is my number, and I'll be glad to assist. So with that, can we adjourn this today's webinar?
Yeah, so this is Sarah speaking. I just wanted to let the audience know that in case they wanted to request for training, especially planners. We've not had a lot of engagements with planners. So maybe
Yes.
if anyone would want more detailed training, either with the team they work with or in a private firm, they can get in touch maybe through you and let us know so that we can arrange for them so that we are all able to utilize the system. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sarah. I think that is very important. Any county that feels like they need capacity building on issues to do with the GIS and the sharefiles and the training of the system, you can always reach us either through our director and write a letter requesting for that assistance, na tutakuja huko kwenyu tuwasaidie. One of our mandates as a national government is to capacity build counties and offer that technical assistance. So call us. You can reach me via that number I've shared. You can reach us via director. Call us. Tutakuja tusaidie where possible. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.